All right, cat pulling its tail. This is traditionally a yin yoga pose that can be held for a minute or longer. So be kind to your bodies as you do this one. It's a pretty extreme position. I'm going to offer you some modifications. One of the things that I'm going to walk you through in a moment is using a strap to help you do this one if you don't have a whole lot of hip flexibility. So I'll walk you through that modification first, and then I'll take you through the entire exercise. Don't be afraid of the modifications. They are absolutely there to help you. Again, because this is an extreme position and we're holding it for a longer period of time, we really want to look for just the edge of starting to feel the stretch. You don't want to push yourself into something that's very deep and very big and hold it for a very long time. Also, because this exercise is going to incorporate rotation and extension of both the hip and the low back, you really want to be nice to your body here. But this is a great exercise. It really helps to open up the chest, the shoulders, and the front of the hips. So enjoy it and let me know what you guys think. So we're going to use a yoga strap. Mine is a very long one. You don't have to have a very long one. What you do need is something that you can make a loop with, like so, that you also have a tail on the end. So you can use a belt. You can use an old school canvas belt, is basically exactly what this is, just longer, or you can use a yoga strap. You don't need to secure it back on itself. It can be a loose loop for what we're doing. That'll work just fine. So what we want to do is, for example, I'm going to set this up on my right side. So before I start the whole sequence, I'm going to set this around my right foot. My both legs are going to stack just like they would for my rotations, and I'm going to come down lying on my side. What I want to make sure of is that that right strap is laying behind me on the mat so I can get to it when I need it. From there, we'll do our normal exhale to rotate, warming up the spine with some spinal rotation before we go into the cat pulling its tail stretch. When I start that, flip side so that you can see this part. So showing you what this looks like from behind now is a little bit more helpful. So I'm going to lie down now with my right side. I'm still doing the same leg I was just showing on the bottom, but you're going to see the back side of where the strap goes. So I want it to lay lengthwise from where my foot is up to where my head is on the back of the mat. I'll come down lying on my side. Once we get into cat pulling its tail, my top leg goes forward, my bottom knee bends back. As my left arm slides back, I can drop my arm down and pick up that strap. As long as you laid it lengthwise, then wherever your hand lands is fine because that strap will be there. So from there, I'm going to pull my leg back as far as is comfortable in the front of my hip. When I hit that limit, I'm just going to take up the slack on the yoga strap and just stay there. Breathe into that position. Maybe over the course of the exercise, you can take up a little bit more slack. Maybe you can't. That's fine. Maybe you're able to take up enough slack that you're able to reach for the foot and take the bind. It's also fine. Whatever your body allows for is what's right. When you're done with the exercise, simply let go of the strap, roll yourself forward as you normally would, and come back out of the exercise. When you switch sides, just make sure that you switch your strap from one foot to the other foot. Start off lying on the mat, checking that your head, ribs, pelvis, and feet are all lined up with the back of the mat. On your next breath, inhale to lift the first arm towards the sky. As you exhale, roll the spine about halfway back. Make sure your arm feels a little bit lifted, and you should still be able to see your hand in your peripheral vision. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, think about lowering the ribs more so than the arms to the ground. Take another breath in. Exhale to release back a little bit further. You may not reach the floor. Inhale. Exhale, bring yourself all the way back up. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift the right arm up. Exhale, rolling back, opening up the chest. Holding here for a moment. Inhale to stay. Exhale to lower back. Make sure your hand feels lifted. You're thinking about moving the ribs. Exhale to lower again. Inhale, stay here. And then as you exhale, use your ribs to draw yourself forward, engaging the core, coming all the way back down, releasing the arm to the floor. Coming into our exercise of the day, you're going to pull the right foot, the top leg, forward in front of you, using it as a prop. Reach the right arm up, lift it to the sky, and then go into your spinal rotation the same as you've done before. This time going back as far as you're comfortable and allowing the hip to rotate. Bring the hand down to find the top of the foot. If you're doing the strap modification, you'll be reaching for your strap and pulling on the strap rather than reaching for the foot. Take a moment to relax your neck, relax your shoulders, and breathe into this place. You should feel a big stretch to the front of the left hip, and it may wrap all the way up to the front of the right side of the chest. As you stay here, let each breath be a little bit deeper into your diaphragm, and as you exhale, allow yourself to release a little bit more into this position. As always, if you need to come out early, listen to your body. But if this is feeling good, one more breath. Inhale, and exhale to release it back out. Go ahead and release the foot. Lift your arm and then think about that nice spinal rotation. Let your leg go straight, roll yourself through and all the way back. Take a rest and we'll come into the other side. Taking a moment again to make sure your head, ribs, pelvis, and feet are all in a nice line with the back of your mat. You're going to reach the left arm forward. Inhale to lift it towards the sky and exhale to come about halfway back. Hold this place. Make sure the arm feels a little bit lifted so you're not hanging on the shoulder. And then as you exhale, release back a little farther through the ribs, not the arm. Breathing in to stay, using your exhale to release yourself back a little bit further. One more time. And then on your last exhale, rolling yourself back up. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, roll it back. Second time of this spinal rotation. Holding halfway, breathe in. Use your exhale to lower the ribs, watching the arm doesn't get too far ahead of you. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Big diaphragmatic inhale. Exhaling back. On your next exhale, rolling yourself all the way forward and pausing for a moment. Straighten out your bottom leg, bring your top leg forward. Reach the top arm forward and come back as though you're going to come into spinal rotation, this time allowing the shoulder to drop back and the hip to twist. Bend your bottom knee, bringing the top hand towards the bottom foot, in this case the left hand towards the right foot. Again, using your straps and props as you need. Check in with your neck. See if you can relax the neck. Make sure the head is in a comfortable position, whatever that position might be for you. And then start to find your breath. Inhaling into the diaphragm, into the low back. Exhaling as you try to release into this position. And again, not pushing too hard, but allowing the change to come to you. Rather than trying to push into it, allow the body to release at its own pace. Taking another big breath in. And a big breath out. When you're ready, start to release the foot or the strap. Let the bottom leg straighten. Reach the top arm out and roll yourself all the way back onto your side. Let's follow this up with a little bit of child's pose. Bring the knees in tight together underneath you and let your chest round forward towards the floor. Top of the head should contact the ground and the hips should reach the heels. If your hips don't reach your heels, feel free to grab a blanket or a block or a bolster to put underneath them. If having the arms out in front bothers your shoulders, you can always reach the hands back, grasping the heels. Either way, allow your body to become heavy here. Breathe into your lower back, and as you exhale, feel your hips become heavier and your arms become longer. Taking one more breath. And then if you'd like, you can transition to a wide-kneed child's pose, allowing the chest to extend a little bit further. Focus here on that extension happening in the upper back. Keep the chin gently drawn down and create a little bit of length in the neck. It should feel like your chest is trying to drop down towards the floor, more so than your head.
One more breath. And then when you're ready, we'll transition into a corpse pose. Laying on your back, arms by your sides, shoulders relaxed, wiggle anything you need to. Adjust the head if it feels like it's in a funny position. Turn the palms up, and then just allow your spine to rest easily on the ground, and allow the floor to support you for these last few moments. Feel your breath all the way into your lower back. And as you exhale, feel yourself release onto the earth. When you're ready, bring yourself out of this practice in your own time.